Kyokushin is a good grounding for for fighting because it was full contact, you know. So I really enjoyed. I did Kyokushin for 16 years, and I really enjoyed Kyokushin. I was in my province of Natal. I was a chief instructor, and then I went into the promoting of Kyokushin, and I promoted many huge tournaments in Natal.
And for the people at home who don't know, can you just explain a little bit what is Kyokushin?
Kyokushin is, in the old days, I'm going back many years now, Mas Oyama never believed in weight divisions. He believed if you're 50 kg, you fight a guy 100 kg. And he believed in the street, it was the real thing. Okay, we never punched for the face, but we kicked for the face, elbow to the body, kick to the legs, basically everything else. And he believed it's a real thing. In the street, you can't run away from a guy that's 100 kilos and you 50 kilos. But you know, as we get into the more modern sport, as we know, when you hook, okay, you must hook from the body. You can't just get two arms punching out like two stiff arms. You must get your body weight behind the hook, okay? The whole body must be behind it, from the foot. Boom, boom, okay, it must flow. It must flow, it must be a flowing movement. Bang, bang, okay?
And what about the straight punch?
Straight punch the same, must come from, every punch comes from the foot. But, you know, what you have to do when you punch is put everything. If you're 100 kgs, you must try and put 100 kgs behind that punch. And they come through the two knuckles. So if it's a hook, uppercut, a right cross, left cross, whatever, you
have to explode. You told me explode. Explode.
You must be relaxed all the time. And then, ba-bum. Okay, because when you get knocked out, the only time you get knocked out is when you don't see the punch.
Yeah.
So speed kills. I always say speed kills. You're in your car, if you're going 10 k's an hour, you're not going to die. But if you're doing 250 k's, 200 k's an hour, whoop, you do something wrong, you're going to die. So that's what it's all about. You have to explode. Get those hands out. Boom, boom. Technique plus speed equals power. You've got bad technique, you've got bad power.
Yeah.
If the speed is too slow, you've got bad power. So it all works together. It's very difficult for a guy of 60 kilos to fight a guy of 120 kilos if they equal in rank and stature and in experience. And the old saying is, a good big guy will always beat a little small guy.
Yeah.
But the Kyokushin training and philosophy and all that is very good for that. I really enjoyed my 16 years of doing that. My students still, up to today, my black belts and all that, email me and say those were the days. Let's bring back those days, you know.
And the thing that Mas Oyama is really famous for, the kumite,
yeah.
The 100-man kumite.
Yeah, you do. In Kyokushin, if you earn your black belt, it's about, well, my black belt gradings were like 8 hours long. They had to do basics, kata and all that type of thing, and then right at the end they had to fight 10 fresh guys of 3 minutes, and it was very difficult. Look, it's a good grounding, you know. It matured me and it made me a better fighter in all the other styles that I did, you know. And I put my boxing background, everything together with my Kyokushin background, and it all works out well, you know. And now I'm involved in Khmer boxing, and English boxing is one of my loves that I love to do. I love teaching, you know. So basically, in my new gym, I'll be teaching English boxing, as we say, Western boxing, and Khmer boxing. Because you get guys that want to do English boxing, you get guys that want to do Khmer boxing, you know.
Now, if we talk about Khmer boxing, K1, Muay Thai, kickboxing, Sabat, Kyokushin, what's the difference?
You know, it's there's so many different codes of fighting. You know, if you take Kung Fu, for instance, and K1 and English boxing and Khmer boxing, it's all different. They're all different codes. You know, English boxing is different. It's more to the head and body. It's no kicking. It's a totally different art. Khmer boxing is a totally different art. Savati is a different art. You know, it's all different. But you know, at the end of the day, we're all looking our fights in the ring is to have a knockout. You know, and that's the ultimate of our training, is to knock our opponent out. Not to go 12 rounds and get hurt and all that. Finish a fight as quick as we can.
Yeah.
And that's what I've always said, you know. Every instructor in the world has got their different views and their different ways of training. No, but everybody's goal is the same: to be the champion in the ring. It's like Khmer. It's like Khmer boxing and Thai boxing. You know, you've got your two hands, you've got your two elbows, you've got your knees, you've got your legs. You know, you've got all your weapons, and I believe you have to use all those weapons as best to your ability. I don't believe in leaving out your legs and using hands. I'm talking about Khmer boxing, or using hands and forgetting about legs. I've always believed in combination, and I'm a combination man. I like to teach my guys combinations. You know, not only on the attack but on the defensive. You know, you have to be able to slip punches and move and block, and you know, you can't be a robot. You know, you have to be a thinker.
Yeah, a lot of the guys that are doing K1 or UFC, they've had background in Khmer boxing, Muay Thai, and so they're mostly throwing roundhouse kick and push kick. Some guys got in there that had a karate background, and they're doing more straight kicks, and they're catching the guys a lot of times because they're not looking for it. So do you teach your guys to do straight kicks?
Yeah, you know, we all teach a straight kick. You know, we do it to the thigh, we do it to the stomach. There's two different kicks that I teach. Okay, a push kick to keep him away, and a straight kick where you got more impact into the solar to knock him down. You know, a lot of guys will do a push kick with a bit of impact. You know, so you can bring it in as a defensive technique where you're pushing him away like a jab. A jab basically keeps you away and sets him up for other punches. Or a straight attacking kick, like an impact kick into the solar where it can knock him down. A lot of guys, they do heel kicks, a straight heel kick and a straight for the ball of the foot. I like both of them, you know, and you use them as you see the fight. Every fight is a different fight, you know.
And do you guys do any like spin kicks?
Any?
Spin kick or spinning back kick? Anything like that?
In Khmer boxing, you know, the tradition in Muay Thai and Khmer boxing, you don't see spinning heel kicks and all that. You see foreigners coming from overseas doing a spinning heel kick and kicks like that. And sometimes they catch your guys by surprise, because you know, if you don't see a technique, if you don't work on a technique and you don't know a technique, it's going to catch you.
Yeah.
Because you've never seen it.
Yeah.